Hello. Well, we have another. Geez, a catalog comparison video. So if you saw the one for the 82 EXP, you'll know that there were two produced for the 82 year. Well, for the 82 LN7, it's the same story. They came out with this older one. Let's flop these over real quick just so that we can see the date codes on them. Ah, boy. It's pretty cool when you line these up. There we go, like so. A little tricky. Doesn't quite work perfectly, but it's pretty close. So you line these up and they make the full LN7 in the same color. But flipping these back over, hey, crud, no production date on the backs of these. They might be in the other corners of these books. But anyhow, I believe this one to be the older of the two. You can tell just because of the font. This is a font that just screams 70s. And as we look at all the other 80s books, it's more of this. It's more the thin and sleek and streak. But you see this one, it's full of all the text. This one, it's lucky enough to say LN7 and then includes the Mercury badge that's pre-existing on the car. But let's pop these open. And there's not really any difference between these guys. They both have the same exact photo. They say the same catchphrase. Starting today, there's something beyond the fuel-efficient automobile. Yeah, well, yeah, they're pretty cool. So let's dive into this here. Again, we have the same exact photo. The only difference being the captions or where they're positioned, at least. You can see these are awfully similar. Yep, same exact thing, just slightly different wording and different positioning. Go to the next page and we actually have a fold-out section. So this is where these LN7 books just look really freaking cool. Because you can see that there's half of a car here. We'll talk about that in a minute. So there's a little bit of a ad, catchphrase up here. It shows a lot of the interior in good definition from the driver's seat. And over here, talks about some of those features. I had mentioned in the EXP one that these gauges are fake. I believe even when the car is off, this amp one just sits right in the middle. But when you have the key on, the amp sits in the middle. And as soon as the oil pressure sender gets any kind of oil pressure, it goes from 0 reading straight to the middle. And it'll stay there all day long unless you lose all oil pressure. Same story over here. We'll flop that open. And you get this awesome portrait. The side profile of an 82 LN7 in blue. The two-tone blue. So it's a lighter metallic blue on the bottom. And then you have this slightly darker navy metallic blue on the top. It talks about it. Yep. So medium blue metallic. That's the top cover. To color over bright blue metallic, which is the bottom one here with the optional TR Lume Sport wheels. And then this one just gives a disclaimer for nothing else they've had on the page. So you look all the way up in the corner, it's a disclaimer for the fuel economy rating. Which this one has too, but they moved the disclaimer to be right underneath the numbers. Open this a little further. Well, okay, the fuel economy figures are still there because they thought it was pretty important. And it is when you were looking to buy one of these new two-door sports car with really good fuel economy. It'd be something to have. It talks a lot about LN7. Well, maybe I was right about the EXP capacity before. It was showing the 83 EXP, which is the notchback. It was showing 29.7, I believe. This one's 31.9 cubic feet. So you do have 2 cubic feet more thanks to the bubble back of these guys. Same with later EXPs. Yeah, it goes on and on and on. Except for this here. We see one says 28.2 cubic feet. And we see one here says 31.9. I'll have to dive into that a little bit more. But talks about drag coefficient, because it was awfully impressive when they had these bubble back ones. It was pretty darn good. But as far as bubble back versus notchback goes, I don't think you'll see a real world difference of miles per gallon. I don't think that's going to happen. But these LN7 ones, they actually do a really good job of showing what your colors availabilities are. If you've seen my 82 EXP book video, you'll see that it shows no colors, shows no interior options, and barely talks about your wheel options. But it shows pretty much all of the... I think these were the only ones available in 80, 82, aside from these ones that are... What is this one showing? Leather with vinyl trim or shearling. So this one is this one is the shearing, the shearling, what we call the sheepskin seats. So they're woolly. But these top two seats here, you can see in the photos they're vinyl, but you could get either in a cloth format. But it's the shapes that matter the most, and the color contrast pattern. But it's showing the exterior colors. That's something special. None of the other books do it as well as this one, as well as showing some of the two-tones here towards the bottom. And we talk about more of the features, some of the warranty stuff, some of the service bulletin stuff. And we're able to pop out the fold-out, and hey, cool, check out this technical cutaway. Eh? It's actually pretty cool. And they got there's a shot of this floating around in the some sort of Ford Resources, and it's the same exact thing, but it doesn't have all these numbered lines shooting out to talk about each component of the car, but it does it quite well. Talks about some of the things like the 3-speed transmission, which is compact and innovative. Yes, I'd agree. It's pretty fascinating. Other things like they all have standard power brakes. Covers some of the specifications. What are we showing for cargo volume here? 31.9 still. And when we go over to this, what I believe to be the newer one, because of the colors, it's gray now, like the 82, the later 82 EXP one. Near cargo volume 28.2. It really stuck to that, huh? I'll have to see which one's actually correct, but I got a feeling it's that 31. It talks about all the stuff, all the same thing, but shows the exterior colors a little bit better. You have a much wider swatch, plus you actually get to see the metallic. Well, I should say that they're not printed with metallic flake, but the texture is inferred. You can see that they look grainy like sand. That's the metallic texture that they're trying to convey. Otherwise, that is it. Oh, I should check one last time for a date on these. 10 of 81. So this one's August 81. And this one is March of 81. Just like the EXP one. So this is the older one being in March. This is the newer one being in August. So a few updates. And then the EXPs didn't typically have this. It came around in 84 most of the time. You'll see it mostly in the 84 manuals. Should you buy an 84 EXP manual, you'll come across these. Let's get the camera focused here. You'd come across these postcards, or we call them postcards, but they'd be some sort of art form of the car that belongs in the book, and it would be included inside the book. And in this one, it's just a postcard. It shows a lot of options, some standard features, yada yada yada. What the heck is this? Now we're showing cargo volume of 33.7. oh boy. I don't know. I don't know what to make about that. I don't know why the LN7 ones are just all over the place. And then here's one of the inserts that you find inside an 82 book. and it's just awesome. It looks like a paper flip-up calendar because it's got really good stills and some information next to each of them. It's a very nice compact form of the actual catalog brochures. Let's try to find that cargo capacity, eh? Because that was hilarious. Might not be in there. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, hey, 33.7. What did this one say? 33.7? Yeah, 33.7. So now we're actually getting a little bit of consistency finally. Flip it up again. There's that cutaway I talked about earlier, but this one again has all the trace lines. But and then for whatever reason at the bottom it says, hey, if this wasn't quite for you, you need to be checking out the Capri, and if that's not right for you, go the extra step down and get the links instead. And then that's it. Whichever the dealership ended up with these, they'd get stamped accordingly. You saw this one has a stamp on the back. This one's got in the top corner, and these guys will have a sticker or stamp everywhere. Nothing too important, but that's what the 82 LN7 catalogs and brochures are all about. So keep an eye out. I'll be uploading one for the 83 LN7 real soon. And if I didn't mention it already, you can view these all for free through the Ford Heritage website. Or if you want to, once you're in there, you can actually download these in PDF form for free. It's fantastic stuff. And you can do that with pretty much any car in there. Just go in there in the search bar, type 4DXP or Mercury LN7, and you'll get every piece of literature that they have on digital file. And you can view it for free, download it for free in PDF form, print it out, do whatever the heck you want. But it's amazing because it's all free, and they have almost everything. It's impressive. As far as EXPs and L7s go, I believe they actually have it all. I don't think there's anything missing. Outside shop manuals. They don't have shop manuals in there. But all their other literature, for the most part, is actually in there. Pretty impressive. But that's for a different time, and we'll see you then.